Welcome back. This is K24 TV. My name is Mongala Mbuvi. Interactive, it is not interactive rather, but social hour where we talk about relationships. And this being a Thursday, of course, we are focusing on dangerous love. How is your love life so far? We're not just looking at domestic violence, a topic we've covered right here on the show before, but the kind of violence that, or even threats. Maybe your husband hasn't touched you, or your wife hasn't touched you, but every time you're with them, you get that cold chill down your spine because they promised you death. That's exactly what we're talking about. And unfortunately, a lot of relationships have ended in that particular situation. Let's take a look at your WhatsApp. Hey, Movie, I think my parents were in such a relationship many years ago, fighting all day, any day. Then on one day, where we, the kids, saw blood everywhere. My father's family wanted to kill my mom, wow, in front of us, whereas it was an arranged marriage, which my mom didn't agree to in the beginning. Daktari, this has made my sister and I not want to be in a relationship at all. I am afraid they ruined my mom emotionally and probably mentally, because sometimes she's good and sometimes she's extremely bad, like she's toxic towards us. How do we deal with such outcomes? We? Pole tena sana, all right? Hi, Mbuvi. We have been in an on and off relationship. Then recently my guy told the dad, I drink, so the dad told me I should move on. My guy is still insisting to be with me, yet he is living with another lady. I still love him, but I'm confused. What should I do? Mind you, we have a kid together. Where? Okay, let's take a call first of all from Mugo. Mugo in Embu. Mugo, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
I'm very fine, sir. What is your question or comment?
Yeah, my comment is that, Jeff, mimi nimekuwa kwa relationship. That is last year, part 1.
Okay.
Na sasa, after tuliachana na msichana, tulikaa sana kabla tuongeleshane. Na it's true cheating, na wacha niseme msichana after tumekaa sana nilimuinbox. Kumuinbox, akaniambia yeye bado haja move on in life.
Okay.
Na sasa, because mimi nilikuwa nampenda, nikamwambia watu usameheana.
Okay. Oi, okay. Mugo kidogo amepotea. Sorry, Mugo, for that. Kindly call us back. Would really like to hear your comments, or rather your story, so we can talk about it. As we wait for Mugo to call back, there is that lady, I think one of a child, or I'm believing right now is an adult, who spoke about his family. His mother was almost killed by her in-laws, not even her dad. In-laws plotted to kill her. What the hell is that?
Okay. We will not call it hell, because those are things that happen in life.
What do you mean they happen?
They happen in life.
I would understand if I plot to kill my wife, but not my entire family. I mean, that's not normal.
What you are not understanding, Buvi,
yes,
you are underestimating the power of human mind and what it can do.
Okay.
I think this one now, that one, we are going to connect it now to why do people kill in relationships. One of the reasons, I'm still answering to,
sure.
I'm responding to that message.
All right.
And I would also request, probably I may see them in person later. How we grow up sometimes determines the kind of people that we normally turn out to be in adulthood. I want to quote her. I mean, I don't know whether it was I want to quote that viewer, that they find it so difficult to fall into a relationship because of what they saw. There's something we call unfinished business in life. There is a theory that is called psychodynamic theory by Sigmund Freud, which states that our childhood experiences sometimes in adulthood unconsciously dictates how we behave.
Okay.
I'm still responding to that.
All right.
She's not able to fall into a relationship for the fear she has not been able to process the emotions that she has, that they have bottled up as a family, that they saw, their mom being battered in the past.
Right.
So this kind of a person, I'm not saying that they are going to become candidates of what we are discussing about, but they've already registered some fears that they think that the relationship may turn out to be the same way their mother...
Equally as bad as that on
their marriage.
Parents.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to say is this. number one, how you are brought up determines how we behave in adulthood. Now, in the light of why some people resort to violence when maybe things do not turn out well in the relationship, again, we can peg it on this. How did you see your primary caregivers? I'm not saying about your parents, because probably you're not brought up by your parents.
How you saw them behave.
Yeah, not just how you saw them behave.
All right.
How are they resolving conflicts?
Okay, just hold on. We have Brian on the call from Kitale. Brian, good morning.
Good morning, Govi.
I'm very fine, sir. What is your comment or question? Brian?
Good morning, Govi.
I'm very fine, Brian. What is your comment or question?
My comment is the past experience about the dangerous love. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Proceed.
Okay, well,
yeah.
While I was joining campus like 5 years ago,
yes,
I was in this relationship with this girl from Nakuru, yeah?
All right.
And then, just as Murakuri has said,
yes,
in a relationship, you tell a girl you cannot live without her and stuff and everything, yeah?
yes,
You know, when it reaches a point, now you see the face of that girl.
yes.
Hapo umeachwa, and now you face the reality of uko peke yako. Sasa hapo, now you cannot accept that reality, and you end up being a lot of stress and everything.
Yes, Brian, are you still there?
Yeah, now at the end of the day, you're
yes.
the loser, you know.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much, Brian.
So, Mimi, I'd advise.
Yeah. Okay, we seem to be losing Brian on the line, but Brian, thank you very much. Definitely appreciate your feedback. Keep sending them, by the way. We'll sample them as we go on, and of course, keep calling. You were saying something, Beatrice. So how you saw conflicts being resolved in the family, that's the kind of information you'll pick even as an adult.
How you saw conflict being, resolved within the family setup.
Yes.
In most cases, in the adulthood, unconsciously, you see yourself using the same methodologies.
Right.
For example, if within your family setup where you grew up, you witnessed for peace to prevail, there must be a few slaps, and serious ones for that matter.
Okay.
For peace to prevail, even the ones who had not made a mistake, if you are 8 kids in a family, and only Buvi made a mistake, you'll be given collective judgment. Okay? So what happens? You are used to violence. So even when you grow up, it will be so difficult for you to start now adjusting to other means of resolving conflicts. That is number one, how you grow up and how you saw, what do you call, problems being resolved around your environment. Number two, how have you empowered yourself emotionally? Because, as I said in the beginning of this show, self-esteem is key as far as internal validation is concerned.
Right.
So when you get into this relationship, there are some people who have very low self-esteem. So they are joining up with Buvi, they are joining up with Beatrice Moragori to complete themselves.
Okay.
So if they are completing themselves, what is this procedure? The procedure involves they bury their identity, they assume Buvi's identity.
Wow.
In other words, they talk about submission. But now these are submission with quotes.
Okay.
Whereby I want to, since now, was it this guy who called from Kitale? Mugo yes. Called from Kitale and said about those confessions I was saying. Those words, confessions that you make, you are making a vow. And it's the same thing that we spoke about here with Bogu and Mombi about soul ties.
Right.
They start with the words, they end up with now what you give as pleasantry, you exchange as pleasantry.
The gifts, yes.
The gifts that you give. So if you allow yourself to be swallowed by your lover, so what happens? I buried the Movoni in me,
right.
I assumed the Moragori. Okay. We became one brand.
Yes.
And after 5 or 10 years, Moragori is telling me, you know what, Movoni, I'm done with you. Yet in 2010, yes. I buried Movoni, which is easier. sticking to this new identity as Boragori,
okay,
or going back and trying to exhume that which I buried, it is difficult.
Right.
So that's where now the issue of self-esteem comes in and your internal resources.
Okay.
And that's why I had said in the beginning, there is this quote, ukiachwa achika. I don't buy it. Ukiachwa achika.
But that means ukiachwa, don't start giving you know your ex-partner problems. Unajua kuna wasichana ukijaribu kumwacha hataki kuachika, unamwambia babe we cannot work anymore. Hataki kuhama kwako. Okay. Ama anasema sawa nimeenda, but usiku anakuja kulala. Unashangaa sasa si niliacha umeenda.
Okay. So what I do, what I do about this statement, ukiachwa achika,
yes,
naongezea something,
okay,
as a psychologist.
All right.
Ukiachwa achika lakini nipatie muda.
All right.
Because as I said earlier, the loss of love, you go through the same grieving stages that you go sometimes when you have lost a loved one through death. Okay. So they grieve a lot. So that's why they try. You see, if you are left, you find that maybe there will be a better morning whereby this person will change their mind.
Yes.
Maybe. So the thing is, you should not bury your identity and assume that person's identity, but because when a time will come when these people, I mean, you'll be separating. Okay. This is what you'll be feeling. You feel like part of my body is moving away from me. Okay. Part of my left hand is, left side is moving away. And it's going somewhere else. And now in this case, it becomes so bitter because this other part that you feel it belongs to you is going maybe to your neighbor.
Let's take an example of, you remember that gentleman who came from, where did he come from? From one part of the country, akaenda all the way, was it
Eldoret,
KMTC, to hack the girlfriend or the lover to death. What would make someone, you know, come from all that direction? You know, that needs planning, premeditation, like the police would like to call it. Ana kitambo sharpen hiyo panga ama uinunue, uamue utaenda, unajua msichana anasomeanga hapa, usimame ungoje sasa anatoka class, umchinje hadharani. Doesn't that take someone special in terms of their psychology? What's in mtu crazy? They call them psychopaths. What do they call them?
I may not call him anything as of now, because I've not carried out any psychometric test. Psychometric test is to test whether surely he's a psychopath. For me, from far where I'm seated, I see two things. Number one, emotions that were bottled up over a long period of time. And I'll still go back to childhood. These emotions, they might be bottled up over the years. And it requires just one trigger for somebody now. The difference between you and murder is just like a second. That is number one. Number two, when you see this person doing this kind of a thing, have you looked at their personality? Personality is a set of characteristics that distinguishes Booby from that other person. There is a personality type A and B. Let me just, I'm still answering your question. Personality type A, people who are prone to doing these kind of things, in most cases, they are personality type A. So how do they behave?
By these things, you mean people who are potentially hackers?
Potentially, I will not say hacking. Potentially causing harm when their expectations are not met.
So these are the type A?
In most cases, you find that sometimes they could be in type A. So how does a person who has type A behave? Number one, they are highly ambitious. And I'm not saying that any person who is watching and they are highly ambitious, they could be hacking the next meeting. No. You get to understand as you continue. They are highly ambitious. Number two, they are go-getters. Number three, they don't take no for an answer. Number four, how they were brought up, in most cases, you find that they were not taught how to wait. So in this case, we can say they are quite impatient. Number five, these people, they are very quick in making decisions without even consulting. They decide and carry out action. They are right there. Yeah.
So I feel like,
and they are very, by the way, they tend to excel very well in life. And you find them even in the company. They join this company today. Yeah, and within no time, they are up there because they are high performers. But don't forget, they are high candidates for coronary heart disease. Why? when things are not, the expectations are not met, they are susceptible to such kind of disease.
Heart attack.
And then number 2, they are used to, you know, there are this kind of people, they are used to aiming and shooting and they never miss. So they come and approach you, and it is you that they have made a project, and you tell them that you don't have what it takes. My friend, they will not take that. Okay. Second level, that was for level 1. Second level, we have seen that the personality of this person. We are still trying to evaluate what will make a person move from one part of the country to the other to go kill and cause harm. I'm calling it to cause harm. Okay, that was number 1 about personality. Okay. Number 2, how was this person brought up? And I'm also talking to today's parents, because we are doing what we call permissive parenting, whereby the child is the one who's parenting the parent. You know, permissive, whereby you just let them be. So is this what we want? Then we are giving. So you overparent them. So when you overparent this kind of children, what do? You give them what you call, you bring them up with what you call entitlement mentality. This pot is mine, and if it's not mine, no one else will take it. Why? Because they were taught, anything that you feel that you want, just pick it. Kababa, just pick it. Kamam, just pick it. So now, we are now facing the reality of the Kamama and Kababa that were brought up in late 80s and early 90s, coming into 2000s. That is what we are addressing. So if this guy had entitlement mentality, ati uyo msichana amenikataa, kwa nini? Mimi. And all this investment that I've made, and the kind of investment our view I'm talking about this morning.
Right.
I'm very far away from financial investment.
Okay.
Do you know you invest more energy, emotions in love more than probably you would invest money?
Okay.
So sometimes people will not even kill because of the money that they have invested, but the emotional investment.
The things I did for you.
Nikakupeleka
Masai Mara.
Ukanipeleka Masai Mara. Ukanitumia fare nikakula. Ukasema unataka pia nitume fare na ya kutoa nikatuma. Nikatuma ya Uber na hukuja.
Okay.
Pesa yangu kaenda nayo kwa nani? Kwa Omondi.
Nilinyeshewa siku nyingine nikikungojea ukuje.
Alafu ndio hiyo. What is?
Hukufika.
So here we are.
So people who feel entitled are potential, dangerous people in that relationship.
Why? Because their thinking process, their thinking pattern is one way. So what do we talk about the one-way thinking pattern? I want Buvi. But I am not taking time to first of all work on how am I going to get Buvi.
But then Buvi
then
wants you.
After getting, hiyo ni secondary, hiyo iko mbali tertiary, iko mbali sana. After getting Buvi, what are the consequences? So they think one way, I want so and so, that's it. How I'm going to get this person, I don't care. What will happen after I get this person, I don't care.
Tutajua tukifika.
Yeah.
Cross the bridge when you get there.
That is it.
Wow. So how can someone who's probably in a potentially dangerous relationship right now tell that they are in there, and most importantly, how do they escape? Okay. Because like you've had that lady, she's in a long distance relationship. I mean, it's easy for her to even relocate. If she's in Nairobi, she can go to Lodo if she wants, and the husband will never find her. But anakaa hapo na anangoja. This other person who has said that, their relationship involves money. And for him, that's a dangerous trend when it comes to his relationship. So how do you identify it? Most importantly, how do you get out of it?
Okay. Number 1, I keep on talking about this thing out there in the seminars. And I tell people, if you see the red flags, if you see somebody who is promising to kill you, if you see somebody who is promising to harm you, my friend, your life is more important than any other asset that could make you stay there. Because when you be dead, you will not enjoy that asset.
True.
You are fearing that when you leave, your husband will remarry. My friend, even if they died right now, they will still replace you. So what am I trying to say? There is no certificate that you'll be given at the one that is normally given, or 21 gun salute, that is normally given by the KDF officers, at he died in the line of duty. She died in the line of duty. Please, run for your life. You have kids. If you have kids and you are in such a relationship, you will die, your kids will be left, they'll be left motherless. They'll be left fatherless. I think even before you got married, even before you got to that relationship, you are somebody's brother. You're somebody's sister. You went through the hands of a Sunday school teacher. You went through the hands of, your life has been touched by so many people who are still scoring shots in your life.
You know,
so, please, seek help. And I know it's like sometimes people are, as I said, because of the cycle of abuse, it's like you are stepping on chewing gum. You are not able to get out of that. Please, if you are able to see red flags, like number 1, that one, the threats. Number 2, extreme jealousy. Okay, there's jealousy. There's jealousy.
We are all jealous.
There is what you call pathological jealousy, whereby you even come to pick me from my place of work, not because of anything, not because you want me to reach home safely, but to ensure that between where I work to home, hakuna mtu atakuwa amesema hiyo ni kitu. All right, that is number 1. And don't forget, this person you understand, kuchukuliwa hivi sasa being picked is a sign of, I mean, my spouse. I'm not saying my wife or my husband. My spouse loves him so much. Okay, this extreme jealous, this person who is extremely so cautious on what happens on social media, on your social media page, the comments. Like now, sometimes we comment for each other, isn't it? And then there are some comments you can say, hey, Beatrice, you are very smart today. And you mean no harm. You are just.
I'm appreciating your smartness.
You are appreciating God's work. You are appreciating the blessings and all that. But somebody who is extremely jealous will even go ahead to come and look for this commenter and warn in person. Okay, I'm not saying when you see that you start now packing. Know that every journey starts with one step. Bigger things might come along the way. Okay, number 3. Any person, when you are in a relationship and when you make a mistake, they react that there is no other reaction that you ever beheld under the sun again. Be very careful.
You mean overreact?
Overreaction. You've broken this glass that you are taking water from. Yeah? How much is a glass? So this person overreacts. As 2 hours, 3 hours is talking about, it's like you have broken a heart. You get 3 hours, 4 hours, and he or she will even do more damage than you have done just by breaking the glass. And when this is happening, they are threatening. Kama sio huyu mtoto naweza kuua. Kama sio vile mimi ni mtu wa Mungu. Kama sio mimi ni vile mimi ni mtu wa kola.
Hao watu wa Mungu hao.
Kama si neno. Ningekumaliza wewe. Please, look at the tone and the statement. I'm not telling you to pack today and leave, but please, Anthony, my friend. Yeah.
All right. As we exit, maybe a few more texts, Bwana Director. All right, here we go. I have married 17 years, or rather I have been married. I'm assuming you've been married for 17, not you've married a 17-year-old. But I have been married for 17 years, 4 kids, 2 in high school. My wife is unfaithful and unforgiving. It's now 3 years creating Najirani. She has a secret phone for communication. Recently, I found the phone. I removed the lines due to securities. I found worse messages. I courageously engaged her, saying that the wife of a person had complained, or the wife of the person had complained, and she denied. I shaped the line, and what I received from the line, God is my rescue. Advice, it's my kid's mom to adolescents. Okay. Kidogo hapo nimepotea, but tuangalia. Beatrice, I hope umecapture hiyo. All right, hello there. Receive my greetings. I myself was on such a relationship. My ex-hubby was too insecure, na hiyo ndio ilifanya tuachane. Tukirudiananga. Tuliachana tukirudiananga. Every time we had an issue, alikuwa akinichukulia visu 2 that he's going to kill me. Alikuwa akichukua hadi grill ya meko ati anigonge nayo. But I am so thankful to God. Aliniwezesha kutoka uko. I'm now happily married. That man wasted my 7 years, but lucky nilitokanga nikiwa high. All right, the last one. Hide my name, please. Okay, we have hidden it. Don't worry. I have been married for 6 years. I had my husband. We have never enjoyed our marriage. Each and every time he is busy with his friends, and on top, he doesn't want to unite progress in life. Okay, so it was last year we had a misunderstanding, and he took his clothes and went away. So question is, I am asking, there is still love here, and if this will work. I love the guy and I want my marriage back. Please help me. All right. Thank you very much for your messages. I believe what some of these people are saying, what they need is counseling, especially for those who believe that there is work to be done. Is it possible for that person who's been saying nitakuwa to actually tone down and just become a nice person and you know, live happily ever after? 2 seconds. It
is very possible. Because in most cases, these people who lack what we call self-awareness. They don't know sometimes. They don't know. Okay, in psychology we say lack of emotional intelligence. They are not able to wear the person they are directing shoes, their partner's shoes,
right,
and try to understand if I were in her position or in his position, would I take such kind of words?
Okay.
So sometimes they may seek help with a serious professional therapist, whereby the first task that we do is to help this person to connect with their inner self, to connect with themselves. After they connect with themselves, they will be able to discover themselves and are able to see the kind of lifestyle, that one of violence they are living, how it is affecting their relationship and their day-to-day activities.
So who should they see? A psychologist rather, a counselor, or should they seek a psychiatrist, or should they go to the police? Like, who should they see to get assistance? Because a lot of times when you hit around your wife, mali pa kwanza nakimbilianga ni kwa police. Police wanashika tu mzee kidogo anamwachilia, kesho anarudia makosa. So who should they see?
In cases whereby there is battering, and there is no, if there is a battering, you know that now law has to come into place.
Right.
So we cannot run to a psychologist at that point in time. Yet there
is danger of life.
So if this one now, to stop the violence, just go to now to the relevant authorities. But now for that emotional therapy, that ability to work with the client, please see a counseling psychologist before you even go to a psychiatrist. So going to a psychiatrist, it's like already you have already diagnosed your problem and you're going direct. So come to as a counseling psychologist, let them assess, let them see. What could be the issue? We don't treat,
and you get assistance.
Yeah. But we may recommend treatment.
Thank you very much, Beatrice. Unfortunately, that is the time we had.
Facebook.
Let us know how they can reach you, Beatrice.
Can I give my number?
Sure.
Okay, because I can see there are so many people who may need our help. First of all, my number is 0721 496 400. 0721 496 400. I'm on Facebook. Follow me, because I think I have already the number. Counselor Beatrice Mudhoni and Counselor Beatrice Moraguri.
All right.
Don't look for people to complete you. Complete yourself and you have it easy.
All right. Now, in case you've missed that conversation, it will be on social media later on. Let us know. So if you'd like rather to get connected to Beatrice, I will definitely make that happen. Otherwise, for now, tunasema kwaheri, but don't go too far. K84 still has more to offer as far as the Daily Brief is concerned.